Well, hey everybody, welcome back, and welcome to another Wednesday edition of Abandoned and Forgotten Places, Arizona. That's right, we are back in Arizona. Here we are. Take a look at this wonderful landscape behind us. All this cool dolomite limestone, which millions and millions of years ago used to be all underneath the ocean.
Yep.
And then as the Pacific plate crashed into the North American plate, then all of these mountains uplifted from underneath the water. So imagine it going pop like that, and they came up out from underneath the water into what you see today. And then add, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of years of erosion and all of that, and you get these really cool, rounded looking limestone rocks, totally different than what we see up there in Nevada, where everything is kind of like jaggy and uplifted.
Yep.
Because it's not weathered enough. But because this was uplifted from underneath the ocean, it has all these kind of like round, lumpy looks to it from all of that weathering. All right, so what do we have for you today? Well, before I tell you that, real quick, I just wanted to say that when it comes to the rocks, that we've been offering a lot of rocks on eBay lately, and we really want to thank you for putting a bid on the rocks, as well as hitting that buy it now button. It's helping us out a ton, guys, a ton. Thank you so very much. But we typically run our bid schedule from Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific to the same time 7 days later. And the reason that we do that, we go from Friday to Friday so that the rocks are up on the site before Saturday's video. The other reason we do that is so that you guys, when it comes to payment, then the payment comes in over Saturday and Sunday, and then we can get the rocks shipped out on Monday. So for those of you who placed a bid and won the auction, try to get your payment in on Saturday or Sunday, because on Monday we ship, and then we're spending the entire week exploring mines, so we don't have time to package rocks and get to the post office and do all that kind of stuff, because we're all here doing this. Okay, all right, back to the mines. So where are we? We're in an area that Frank and I explored about 4 years ago, roughly, going on 5 years ago. Frank from Exploring Abandoned Mines up in Canada. Him and I were in this area, and when we were working together, we explored a manganese mine, went down this really nasty incline shaft, super dusty. Oh my gosh, what a horrible mine. We got all dirty. Anyways, we're in the same general area. There was another mine in this area that I've always wanted to hike up to, that we didn't get around to doing back then, and now here we are. This is it. So I think what we may have is another manganese mine, even though the whole entire time we were walking up this wash, we were finding copper specimens, copper ore. There was Crisca-Cola just laying right in the wash,
yeah,
as well as galena scale stuck to some quartz float. We saw that coming up here. So I don't know. We'll just have to get in here and find out. So it's one of the three. We're either going after copper, going after the manganese, or going after the lead galena, which has silver in it.
Yep.
I don't know. But the one thing that I have learned about exploring Arizona mines, Laura, for whatever reason, the bats absolutely love manganese mines.
Oh joy.
Oh, they love them. Maybe it's because of the dark rock. Maybe the geology, I don't know, holds in a lot of heat. But they're usually very batty.
Oh, I guess we'll find out today.
You're going to love this one, because it looks like we're going to have to crawl in on our hands and knees. We're down at snake level within the first 100 feet of the mine.
And yeah, we have seen, looking around, we found evidence of snakes. We found a deceased little rattler.
We did. We found a snake. We just got done reconning a small one, and we found a small skeleton.
Yeah.
Snake skeleton.
Yep.
So they're out here. We'll just have to be careful. All right, guys, this should be a lot of fun. Let's get started. All right, looking back that way, this is the wash we came up. It looks so much more spectacular in person than it does on camera. And down here in the bottom, we've got ourselves some vehicle from this. It looks like the 60s. I think it's a Plymouth is what I think it is. But boy, oh boy, did they ever shoot that thing full of holes. And I would imagine they got it up here back when the road was bulldozed and this was much nicer, you know, to drive on. But now everything is washed out, and the only way to get to this location is you got to hike to it. So as I pan off this direction, you can see what we were standing on earlier. This is all waste rock coming out of the mine, and then they leveled it off with that bulldozer. So they probably had some kind of processing equipment through here, because you can see this big concrete thing with the studs. Well, that had some piece of equipment on it. But now what it has on it is my hat. Don't let me forget my hat.
All right.
Okay. Up this way is our portal. And then looking back that way into the wash, looks like there's something there that was used for water. Now it's all shot full of holes. And then the wash keeps going up higher and higher that way. Now, looking off to the right, so the map is showing that this mine has two portals, one in the bottom here, which is going to be our main haulage, and then if you look high up on the hill up there, way up there, you can see that dark material coming out. That, I believe, is manganese. And so there's definitely going to be, I would predict, a stope between the two levels. We're going to have some ore chutes in here. You know, typical mine layout. But because so much material has come right straight down the wash, you can see right there that now it is kind of pinched off the portal, which is going to force us to have to kind of get down on our hands and knees. Which is always, let me get my lights on here, 2, 3, which is always kind of unnerving, because typically the rattlesnakes are right here within the first few feet. So I'm going to go real slow so I don't end up nose to nose with a rattlesnake. Now, down here in Arizona, we got what's called the Mojave green rattlesnake, and they are far more aggressive than your typical Great Basin or Diamondback rattlesnake. At least the ones, every single one I've ever encountered was very aggressive. They stand their ground, heck, they even come at you. Yeah. So that's why we're gonna go slow, because even though it's late October, early November, I don't think 100% of them have denned up yet. Okay. All right, at least I can get on my feet now. That's good. I like that. Now, let's peer up in there. Okay. Now, the thing about these, snakes and abandoned mines is, you know, obviously the floor and the corners are the first place to be looking, but never rule out one being up on the ribs, right about neck level, wanting to give you a kiss. So you just got to be, I'm being very cautious today. As we get into mid to late November, then that's pretty much it. They're all denned up. Nothing, or not really too much to worry about anymore. All right, let's look here. Well, for right now, all we're doing is going through limestone. So they have yet to intersect with whatever they wanted to intersect with. And I can tell a lot of water comes in here during the monsoon season. We don't have any footprints on the ground at all. Okay. I'm not seeing any batty bats yet flying around.
Fine by me.
Oh, I can't wait to take you to I have one particular mine, Laura, that you're absolutely going to love when it comes to bats.
Is it their residence during the wintertime? Their Arizona residence?
Well, when I went, so me and Bill Carson were out running around just goofing off when we found it. This was about three or 4 years ago, and we didn't have the cameras with us, but I wanted to go inside a little ways and just do a little recon. And when I got in there, I'll bet there was, I'm going to say conservatively, 20,000 bats. And that was just within between I don't know, maybe 100 to 300 feet in the mine. I have no idea how many more there were the deeper I went. But I stayed low to the ground. They were flying over my head. They were going nuts. I mean, it was like a swarm. And then finally I heard Mr. Carson yell out some
choice words.
Some choice words. And he went running to the portal. And I'm like, don't run, just relax. Because there were so many on the ceiling that dropped all at once because they thought we were a predator. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. All right, here we go, guys. Look at this. Wow. All right. Well, I didn't expect to see this kind of stuff. Look at here. Well, we're not the only people that know about it. We got a few beer cans in here. So what is this? This is a water tank. Yeah. And look at this gear. How cool is that?
It's a massive gear.
That is so neat. Look at this thing. So obviously it was on the piece of equipment that was right here, and they built a ladder going up.
Or is that a stope? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh no, the sheave wheel was right up there. There's the sheave wheel. Well, it ain't there no more, but that's where it was.
Oh yeah, I can see where it is. Yeah.
And so then the cable came down. So the question is, the sheave wheel to what? Where's the shaft? We got the gear. So the gear to this thing. So did they? Right here. So they would have started in on something and it never developed. It's looking that way. Let's look around the side here.
Yeah, I don't see any evidence of winds anywhere.
No, there's no winds. There's no decline shaft. Nothing. So it's like they were getting ready to put in a shaft, but they never did. What's behind that? Nothing. Nothing there. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to come around this way, Laura. Stand next to that gear because we need a
thumbnail.
A thumbnail, please. Yeah. Maybe over there by the beer can. Oh, no. Come back this direction a little bit. See, this is how we do the thumbnails, guys.
How's that?
Okay, turn your light down. Perfect. And let me frame it up right here. Okay, wait. Don't you agree, guys? Isn't that a great thumbnail right there? Who wouldn't want to click on that, right? I got to back up just a little bit. All right, 3, 2, 1, click. All right, let's keep exploring. Well, so do you notice all of the black on the back of the mine?
Yeah.
That's from, so they had something that burned diesel. And that's why it looks like that. Wow, goes way up in there. Very cool. And then this one keeps going to the right. Looks like we got a big barrel. All right, let's stay on this one. Boy, these air, just like that. Wait till you get to right here, Laura. It'll hit you right in the face. That smells like diesel, number 2 diesel.
Yeah. I'm congested today, but I can still smell it.
Yeah. It's got to be in these barrels up here. These Arizona mines have an entirely different vibe, don't they?
They do.
Look at what we have here. Neat. Okay. So I'm going to try different lighting so that maybe you guys can read that. And of course, Laura, she will take a picture for our Facebook.
Let's see if you guys can make it out on that.
Because I see Richfield. Alrighty. Okay, I'll let you get around it here. Now these big rings here, see them giant rings?
Yeah.
Well, that's so that the barrel could be moved around on their sides. That's the way they moved around mercury. But I don't think these are mercury barrels. All right, let's look on this one. We'll try different lighting there.
Richfield Company.
This one says oil.
It looks like something Yidel Mining Company.
Cool.
Yeah, it almost looks like somebody painted on it.
Yeah. All right. Little thing going off that way. We'll come back in a little bit and explore it. Turning around. And let's keep going straight for right now. Yeah, Arizona mines, they have a different vibe, don't they?
Entirely.
Entirely different vibe. Look at the pickaxe marks here.
Yeah,
Look at
on
this.
both sides of it right here too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's getting more and more batty.
Yeah, it's all that guano on the ground.
Yep.
You can see where they add track ties.
Yep. I'm predicting a very batty situation up here. Well, it's getting heavier, the stink.
Is this their living quarters in this mine?
Yeah, but we're still early.
So they're still migrating?
Yeah, peak migration is in March. So we're still a bit early yet. They're just not here yet. So what we're smelling is from last season.
Their winter quarters.
Yeah.
There's a 50 on the wall right there.
50?
To your right.
Oh yeah, right there. Okay. I'm not seeing any, geology that's really just standing out. There's
some
no veins.
cave features over here. Yeah.
You got some natural cave in the limestone
Yep.
back there? Yeah. But no ore. Nope. They started going in this way, then they quit. They gave up on it. All right, turning around. Okay, so as we turn around and head back to the next drift, a shout out to all of our new subscribers. Boy, oh boy, have we ever had a whole bunch of new people jump on board.
All the cave features.
Oh yeah, look at that. Cool. Yeah, natural cave features coming down. So this is getting some groundwater coming through. And so since we have a whole lot of new subscribers jumping on board, I know I've said this in the past, but I'll say it again. So Wednesday's videos are typically classic forward-facing camera. That's how we produce these. And then Saturdays is when we get really fancy and do all the 360 cameras, and it's a higher production, etc., etc. That's why you see a difference between the two each and every week. But here recently, Laura has been posting a lot of shorts and short clips on YouTube as well as social media, and that's really helped pull brand new eyeballs into the channel and new subscribers. So welcome aboard, guys. We have a lot of fun here. You're going to learn a lot about mining history, mine layout, things like that. It's going to be a good time. All right, back to the barrels. These had to be oil.
There's a little glove on the ground.
Yeah, yeah, the old miner's gloves are still laying here. Right there. Okay. Yeah, what's going to be up here? Twist and turn. Twisty and turny. It's getting harder and harder to find a mine where it doesn't have a beer can. Is that a dead bat? Yeah, that's an old dead bat right there.
Yeah, there was another one near the portal that I saw too.
Yeah. That's normal. That's just mortality. Nothing wrong about that. But when you start seeing dead ones by the dozens or even by the hundreds, like I have seen, that's when it's time to get the heck out of there, because you know you have rabies. And then, yep. And the rabies has infected hundreds. And you don't have to get bit to get rabies. You can just be scratched. You know, like one could land on you.
Yep.
And they typically don't do that.
But if they're rabid, then they're they're a little less fearful.
Correct. So they land on you, and when they're landing on you, then you get a little scratch through your shirt or something, and you could get rabies that way.
And from what I hear, the treatment for rabies is not a lot of fun.
Oh, and some of you guys have said in the comment section, I know this was quite some time ago, do you guys make sure that you wash all your clothes and boots and stuff like that before you go from Nevada down here? And the answer is yes, because we don't want to spread white nose. So yeah, we wash everything real good so that we don't get some kind of weird contamination like that. All right, so we haven't...
we have not gone this way.
We have not gone this way yet. All right, what are we going to have in here? Well...
Parachutes.
Yeah, they're in production above our heads, aren't they? The question is, how do we get up there?
There was that ladder where the sheep wheel was, but it didn't look like it...
Right.
I mean, you couldn't get up there anymore.
Okay, I'm seeing manganese right up there, off to the left. Maybe one of these will have a ladder.
Yeah.
It's a good looking ore chute. Okay, turning it around. This is an ore pass right here. And oh, we just figured it out, Laura. Here it is. Here it is. We found it.
Oh, this is where the big time party was too.
All right. Oh, we have ourselves a decline shaft. Holy cow.
Goes a ways. Hey, somebody left some ropes for us. Jimmy was here.
Jimmy King left
he
behind
came
some
down
ropes.
from Nevada. Hey, look what's above us too.
All right, turning around.
Oh, it's the opposite side of where the sheep wheel was.
That's right. So this is, look at how they did it, guys.
Yeah.
So remember a moment ago, I pointed up where the sheave wheel used to be? This is how they did it. So they put the motor up on the other side of this rock, blasted in this hole between the two, put the sheave wheel at the apex or at the top of the pyramid, let's just call it. And then that's what pulled the skip up and down this decline shaft right here. So that's just awesome. Oh wow, I did not expect to find a nice juicy decline. You know, that's not very steep, but definitely, you know, being on a rope would be better.
There's a bat. There's they are.
A bat. Yep. Okay, let's look over here. Something to keep on the menu. Oh yeah, now I'm seeing it. Look at the manganese. Right here, guys. This is it, right there. I'll turn the light down. See all the crystals? Yeah. Okay. Let's look around in here. What's down here? Just boards and odds and ends. Alrighty. Anything going up this direction? Oh, we got another ore pass with a ladder there. Oh, and I'm feeling a little bit of a breeze. So this is our one. Oh, this one, someone set fire to this.
Oh.
That's why it's all black. We're seeing, yeah, someone set fire to this mine. So when earlier when I said that, when I was pointing out the black stuff on the back of the mine, and I thought it might have been diesel exhaust from a locomotive. No, that's not the case. That's smoke damage. Oh, we've got, right up here, we've got guano sickles.
Some more dead bats laying around.
See the guano sickles dangling there? Ooh, getting pretty batty up in here.
Pew.
Yeah, stinky. All right, let's stop here a moment. Look down this direction. These might be ore passes to the level below us, is what we're looking at. And another dead bat right here. I'll show it to you guys. I'm not going to show you all the dead bats, but so far what I'm seeing is pretty normal. All right, let's keep going. Getting stinkier. Oof. Oh, we gotta, and before I take you to that mine I was telling you about, Laura.
The super baddie mine?
The super baddie one. We have to get you another respirator.
Oh, it's that baddie.
Oh yeah, you can't go in there without one. No way, you'd never breathe. The ammonia is just too high. We gotta get you one. And I've got to repair mine because the strap that is on your head is all wore out. Boy, this thing is just bending and twisting all over the place. I'm walking slow because I'm walking slower than I usually walk because I'm doing my best not to kick up dust for Laura because she's behind me. Because we're walking on about 2 or 3 inches of guano, and I know we're going to get into the bats at any moment.
Oh, 2 of them just went by.
Yeah, we're going to face out up here, and they're just going to be everywhere. So I'm being a little more cautious. I'd rather keep them up in this drift than going where we need to go. All right, let's look up in here. Yeah, we faced out already. But you notice, guys, the bats, there's only maybe 6 or 8. All right, turning around. Okay, you go first, Laura.
Oh, I love it when you say that, especially when some bats have already flown by. Hopefully they're going to join their friends in the decline.
Well, I just want to see them fly right past your head, so you do the duck thing that you do.
I already did that. You missed it, though.
Yeah, you don't want to swish your feet. Now, on camera, I'm sure that you guys watching in front of your computers, you can see the specks floating in the camera's lens. A lot of that is bat dander. Okay, think of it like pet dander or dandruff. It's not harmful.
Oh, there they are.
But you definitely don't want to get down on hands and knees and start rolling around in this.
No?
No. You know, it's strange. Every year when I come back to Arizona and I do my very first Arizona mine, you know, you forget about a lot of this stuff when you're up in Nevada, how Arizona mines smell and so forth. They're totally different. So I'm getting used to it. And then as you explore as many as we plan on doing this winter, then it's like, it's just no big deal anymore. But this smell that we're trucking through right now, that's why a lot of people don't go into an abandoned mine, because, I don't know, you just have to be a little weird. And we're a little weird, aren't we, Laura?
Yeah. Here's some carbide graffiti that we missed.
May 15th, 1934, huh?
Yep.
Well, look at that. That's cool. Well, that's going to blast out. Let me get closer. May 15th of 34. Okay, well, we're not doing that decline today.
Here's something from some Michael...
Nope, let me turn around, guys.
Michael something, 500 feet, not at bottom. That was back in 90, I guess. So,
and there's more on this side. What does that stuff say? Something, 1993, try it.
TJ, a bunch of initials, or...
Yeah.
There's a bet. 550 feet. 414. Sorry, there's a bat flying around. 550 feet, 414 of 93. Try it.
Okay.
Does that mean they went down 550 feet and then stopped?
Yeah.
They won up their friend over here?
Yep.
All right, we know it's at least 550 feet deep.
Okay. All right. But a rope assist would be...
Wise.
Yeah. It certainly would. Okay. Let's keep going. What do we got up here? Well, the geology completely changed, and we got into this kind of a chalkstone stuff. What is that? Is that? It's limestone, but it's softer, much softer. All right, let's peer on up in here. We're going even deeper into this mine. Well, that's cool. That's nice to know that we've got an incline that we could come back. This one isn't too hard to get to. We could rope that thing, see what's down on those levels. But if we wait too long, it's going to be loaded with bats.
There's already some in there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be everywhere. Okay. I'm waiting to see some really awesome geology poke out. There was a little manganese back there, but so what would encourage them to drive this drift this far further to the west? Let's see if we can figure it out. Getting into some more crumbly rock in here. Nothing going off that way. We've got some calcite coming down from groundwater. And over here, were they getting ready to put in a raise? They certainly were.
A cone top beer bottle.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep going. The other reason is I want to save that decline is because if we're going to do a decline, look at the pegmatite type material coming out of here, Laura.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
It's the stuff that silver is in. Why isn't it popping?
Not galena.
No. Barite. Barite. All right, so they drove it in that far, and nothing happened. That's it.
I'm guessing they found most of their goodies down in that decline.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was the layer. So that's the layer that they're going after. The layer of manganese is on about a 70-degree dip.
Yeah.
And they must have driven in this one. This was just purely exploratory. My goodness, they put a lot of work into it, though. Good. So I'm going to get back to that. Let's head back over to the decline. I'm going to point that out to everybody. And so if you were to follow that 70-degree dip going upwards, that's where it's going to spit out higher up on the hill. And that's why those waste rock piles we saw higher up there were all that dark color.
Yeah.
Just as dark as what we're seeing here by the decline. Now, so the ladder where the piece of equipment and the big gear is, that ladder was put there in combination with the stairs we found.
Yeah.
That stairs linked up with a ladder so that the men could go up and service the sheave wheel, but somebody removed the ladders, and all that's left behind now is the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all that was for. Now, there must be some kind of workings above our head for those two ore chutes to be there.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's not the bulk of this operation. It was this decline. All right, I'm gonna have you hold the camera here and point it at me so I can point this out to everybody. All right, guys, this is what's going on. You see the angle here? I'm gonna go stand over here and point it out to you. Let me turn my light down a little bit. Okay, so here is our ore body, okay? And this particular one looks to be tabular. It's not lensed, it's tabular. So I would say it's less than that. It's more of around a 50 to 60 degree dip, maybe a 45 going down right here. But it appears to be about, from the footwall to the hanging wall, say roughly 10, 15 feet thick. And so this would keep carrying on going up the mountain, and that's why there's another adit higher on the mountain, and there's probably some workings up in here. But for this particular location, they were concentrating on that. They wanted to follow that tabular ore body going straight down that way, and then they're going to drift out left and right, bring the ore into the skip and up and out of the mine. And the skip would go up there, roll over, dump, and then come back down, and they were keeping doing that. So there's going to be probably, if it's 500 feet, I'm going to say at least 4, maybe 5 levels of drifts going down there left and right, but we're going to save that for another day. Yeah. All right, guys. I tell you what, we're going to shut the camera off here for just a moment. I'm going to poke around in here for a little while to see, because I don't want to miss anything. So give me a few shakes of a puppy dog's tail, and I will be right back. See, I told you, just like that. Here I am, I'm back. All right, I figured it out. So I walked around here a little bit, and I figured out their operation. Okay, so they're pulling their manganese ore up and out of the decline with the skip car. The engine, or the hoist, the hoist that was being used to pull this skip up, okay, was on the other side of this rock, okay? The sheave wheel is right up there, but when the skip came up, it got up to think of it as like a teeter-totter, or the point, or the fulcrum, okay, or the apex of the thingy here. And then once it got up to that point, the skip rolled over, and then right over here, what they did, let's go this way, Laura. So as the ore came up and out of the decline, and it rolled up, it went at the top and rolled over, this is where it came down.
Oh, yeah.
Right here. And then this is where they loaded it up into ore carts and took it right out the main haulage at it. That's what we've got going on here, Laura. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yep. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's an interesting way that they did it.
Isn't it? I've never seen it like that.
No.
I've seen it where they hollowed out the hill from the decline to the hoist, but I've never seen it where they hollowed it out like this,
No.
and they went down like that, and they left all this rock in place, and then they put the sheave wheel at the top of the pyramid, and they brought it out like that. And not only that, but they also designed it so that the skip would roll over at the top.
Yeah.
And then dump, and then come down the ore chutes right here. That's I've never seen it done that. That's pretty unique, pretty darn cool. Okay, so we're gonna head back outside now because we've explored the haulage level. We're gonna poke around a little bit more, see what we can find. So, all right, let's head outside. See you out there. All right, guys, there we go. Back outside, safe and sound. That was neat.
That was a cool mine.
That was neat how, guys, you've heard me say it many times in the past. Geology is cool and artifacts are always great whenever we can find them. But mine layout can be very interesting too, especially if you know the clues to look for, like what I was doing in there. I've never seen anything quite like that before. I've seen many decline shafts inside of mines with sheave wheels and that kind of thing, like remember that one we had to go through the water and the water went into our boots?
Yep.
Like that one, for example, and so many others. But I've never seen one where they actually blasted here and went like that so that they could put the hoist on one side and the decline shaft on the other, and then run the cable over the sheet like that. I've never seen it done that.
That's very unique.
The piece of equipment that was in there must have been pretty darn big. I mean, look at the size of that gear, and then those fuel barrels.
Yeah.
Those are the first time I've ever found fuel barrels with the side rings for rolling them on their sides. I've seen pictures, guys, black and white pictures from back in, I think it was like the 20s or 30s. A whole train was loaded up with those barrels stacked, in like a pyramid shape, and they all had those rings on the side.
Yep.
And then in the photograph, there's the guys rolling the barrels off the flat car, off the train, and then down the ramp, onto the siding. Pretty darn cool. Pretty neat that we actually found two in here, and they're probably still full of diesel.
And it matches that date. I mean, the miner's graffiti was 1935. Yeah.
And you can smell it.
Yeah, it's
really
very, very strong in there.
Really strong in it.
Yeah.
But we hit this one at exactly the perfect time. It's not too baddie. But
There were some in there.
They're starting to come in now, okay? They're starting to migrate down, but it wasn't too bad.
No.
All right, so like I was saying, we're going to save that 500-foot decline for another day. We'll come back out here. We'll bring the harnesses and the ropes and all that, and then we'll head down into that thing. I think it'll be a heck of a lot more fun with hundreds, if not thousands, of bats flying all over the place while we're going down on our harness.
I suppose so.
Your hesitation speaks volumes.
I suppose so. It would be an interesting experience, put it that way.
It's going to be so much fun.
Maybe it would get me over my fear of bats after I had hundreds of them just flying around my head.
That's all you can do. You got to let a few thousand of them pee and poop on you. And then after that, hey, you're good with it.
A couple of them won't bother me at all.
Don't bother you at all. All right, guys, this one was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode. So we're going to head on out of this location and see if we can find something super cool for you for this coming Saturday. Oh, also, don't forget, got to put a bid in on that cool blue Crisca Cola we found. And what else we got coming up? Oh, we're making another run to another part of the state, to another rock and mineral shop. So we're going to have something super cool for you for it'll begin this coming Friday, but it'll carry on all next week. So we got our eyeballs on 3 or 4 really neat things that we know that you're absolutely going to love. Okay, guys, time to get on out of here. Thanks again for coming along, and we'll see y'all again this coming Saturday. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.